What's up, everyone? I'm currently walking home at 11:30 at night right now. I was just at one of my friends' houses watching Outer Banks Season 2 because, for some reason they care about that stupid show. Well, I can say, after being forced to watch the first season a little while ago, watching the second season has thoroughly disappointed me. Now, I didn't really have any expectations or high hopes because I really didn't give a damn about the show at all. The only reason people really watch it is because the guys are really hot and the girls get the boys' Peters hard. It's just got a mass appeal to horny 13-year-old boys and girls across the globe. But really, it's just not a good show. It's okay. It's kind of like a superhero movie. You turn your brain off and you watch the dumb drama and action for a couple hours of your life and then you're done. Either way, though, Season 1 was pretty bad, but Season 2 is a new type of horrible. Now, I don't think I've ever actually been enraged by a television program as much as I have right now. After watching only 3 episodes, not even 3 full episodes, I've only watched fully episode 1 and 2, and by God, do I just want to put a fist through the TV. Whoever wrote this damn show, I hate their guts. I don't care who they are, I don't care that I don't know them personally. They are horrible at their job and they deserve to be fired. Let me just explain why I have this immense hatred after only watching 2 episodes entirely. Now, the first episode wasn't anything that awful. There was some terrible dialogue, some cop-outs and cliches, but still wasn't too bad. It was kind of cringeworthy with some of the stuff. Some of the logic was really awful. Like one of the characters steals someone's phone that is very visibly locked and then picks it up and then sends a text message using it and then gives it back. So they miraculously unlock this person's locked phone without knowing the password. Managed to put it back in time without getting caught for stealing it, and have sent a text message, and they don't know that they'll get a response back, which would immediately alert the person's phone, and they might be like, this suspicious behavior that somebody texted a group on my phone that I didn't remember texting, and they're talking about all this stuff that I don't know about, But that's only the first episode. I can't actually remember anything else egregious from the first episode, but the second episode is where everything just went significantly downhill. Now, in this second episode, and I'm sorry, this is not going to be a spoiler-free review, okay? You don't even want to watch this show, trust me. So just listen to what I have to say. Second episode, I'm sorry, there's a car going by me. Okay, basically, in the second episode, if you haven't seen the first season, the whole first season concludes by the main character, John B. God, I hate that name. I hate that everyone calls him John B. Actually, here's a nitpick for the first episode. Characters that don't know him personally, they just know him because he's wanted, refer to him as John B. These random mercenaries that don't know him at all and don't know him personally refer to him as John B. Wouldn't it stand to reason that they would just refer to him as John, because that's what it says on his poster? Wouldn't that just make more sense? They're not, instead of calling him John B. Well, whatever. It's dumb. But okay, back to the second episode. So, John B. got framed for killing a police officer, even though, the main love interest's brother and father were the ones that did it. It's stupid, it's dumb. And then they run away to the Bahamas. Him and the love interest, the one that all the 13-year-old boys are freaking out about, and my friends included, Sarah, whatever. Okay, so basically, John's friends go and they try to, find incriminating evidence against her father and her brother to prove that their friend didn't kill the cop. And so they go to do that, and for some reason, they just immediately know the name and address of this guy that happened to be piloting the plane that flew away and witnessed the cop get killed. So somehow they find out where this guy is. And then they do some stuff that doesn't make sense, where they put a phone in his car and listen in via AirPods. It's something that just would not actually work, because they're listening in through their own phone. it's really dumb and doesn't make any logical sense. As an owner of AirPods, I would know. But it gets worse from there. So then they find out that this guy is going to meet up with the father, the villain father, and exchange something with him. This being the murder weapon. The pilot, the guy that they are listening in on, has the murder weapon. And they don't hear all of this. They hear only like bits and pieces of it. But still, like, this guy has the murder weapon. He has leverage over the father. And he like is like, oh, you gotta give me money or I'm gonna give this to the police. And the father's like, oh, I don't want that to happen. So he goes to exchange the money with him and yada, yada, yada. So they follow them to the site and they record them with a video camera, an old video camera. Do you see where this is starting to go? This is an old video camera, of course, because, they couldn't record it with their phones. I mean, obviously, the explanation they give is, oh, they get a clearer video quality with it. Whatever. Actually, that's kind of fair, but still. So they record it, and then the two dudes start fighting, and then one of them gets shoved over, hits his head on the table, starts bleeding on the table. Keep this in mind, okay? Now, after that happens, they continue to fight. The father retrieves the murder weapon without giving the guy his full payment, and that's why they were fighting. And then the father shoots the guy and kills him. Now, after this happens, and they have it all on video, they trip down the ladder and break the camera. And this is where I just lost my mind. Now, they could have called the police at any moment here. Any moment, they could have said, hey, there's two people fighting. Even if they had to get interrogated by the police, like, why were you following these people? Two people fighting. They'll find the murder weapon and two responsible parties. But no, of course they don't do this, because TV show logic goes out the window. Next thing that happens is, after this guy's killed, call the cops now, which they do eventually, except not after yelling at the father, alerting him of their presence, and getting him to chase them, which is what causes them to drop the camera. And even worse is, when the police show up, somehow the father's had time to cover up his tracks, retrieve the body, put it in his truck, drive away, and somehow remove the bloodstains from all over the place. He cracked his head on the table, started bleeding on the table. That evidence is gone. There's no blood anywhere else, apparently. Apparently this father is just incredible at cleaning up evidence. I do not recommend this show. This is just garbage. I continued to watch until the third episode, then I stopped because I'm going home. And I see no reason to continue. This kind of broken logic, and they try to play this whole thing off by showing that the cop, the sheriff, is corrupt and is getting bribed by the father, which doesn't even matter because they don't show this until after they could have called the police and could have used this logic. I just can't with this show. I'm done with it. I'm done trying to justify it. I'm sick and tired. And I'm sitting with my friends, and I know I'm an asshole for ruining their fun and pointing this all out. And my friends are like, dude, what do you mean? This is entertaining. Season 1 was worse. It was not. I just cannot with this garbage, dude. Don't watch this show. Don't watch season 2. It's horrible. Alright, I'm done being a negative asshole for tonight. I hope you enjoyed my rant. See ya.